Hi guys, it is Aoife from Fred Weasley Died Laughing and I'm here with my May library haul. So I just got back from the library and I have got a few more books to show you and I will just get right on in. You guys know the story. I have no self-control when it comes to the library and I just have more books to read. What is new? Story of my life. So the first book that I picked up from the library was Twenties Girl by Sophie Kinsella. This is a book that I've heard about. I think I first heard about it from Lindsay over at Lindsay Ray, and it is basically about a girl whose aunt dies or her granny dies and the granny's ghost comes back as a kind of 20s flapper girl and starts haunting this main character, and it just sounds really funny. The next book, I don't really know why I picked it up, it just kind of called out to me from the shelf, even just the spine of it did, and it is Unwrapped Sky by Rjurik Davidson. I'm probably saying the first name of that wrong, but this, I don't know, there's just something about this cover that I just think is really pretty. And it's about set in a fantasy world, I think, and it's where there are some bad things happening to the city and it looks like it's not going to survive, and it's basically its destiny is wrapped up in these three different people who kind of have to set their differences aside to work together to save this city from doom or whatever is happening to it. And I don't really know much more than that, other than there was just something about it that called out to me, and we will see why that is when I get around to reading it. The next book I purely picked up because of the cover, and then when I read what it's about I was like 100% yes, and that is Tales from the Kingdoms by Sarah Pinborough. This is basically just the fairy tales of Snow White, Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty told the way they should have been told. So I think that it's kind of a retelling of the Disney stories that we know, retold in a more Brothers Grimm like fashion. That is what I'm getting from it, and yeah, just yes, look at this cover. Absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to read this. I think it's going to be really good. The next book I picked up is one that I've been wanting to read for quite a while, and it is Wolf by Graudin. I've heard so much about this book. It's basically set in a alternate version of Germany, I think, and it's where the Nazis won the war and this girl has to go into a motorcycle race to win, I think, an audience with Hitler. But she's part of the resistance and she actually has a mission to kill Hitler. So that is pretty interesting, and I've just heard really great things about it, really interesting things, and yeah, I'm all for it. The next book I've seen kind of float around all the YouTube channels that love fantasy and science fiction, and it is Ancillary Justice by Leckie. I don't really know what this is about. It's something about a soldier who is trying to get revenge, I think, on people who hurt her or something like that. But I've heard loads of things. I've heard people who haven't read it say they want to read it and it's been on their TBR forever, and then the people who have read it have said it's brilliant. So it's definitely something that I want to read, and it kind of gives me that science fiction kick as well, because I'm trying to read more science fiction books as well. So this definitely goes for that goal. The next book is another cover pickup, and it is Not Forgetting the Whale by John Ironmonger. This cover is just like a work of art. It's just absolutely beautiful. This is about a kind of small fishing village that takes in this man who is kind of washed ashore on their beach, and he's kind of telling when he wakes up he starts telling tales about how it's the end of the world and all this stuff is going to happen, and this is basically about whether what he's saying is true or not, or what is really happening, and that sort of thing. So it just sounds really interesting. The cover just makes you want to pick it up, and I'm just really looking forward to reading it. I think it'll be kind of a different book. The last book I picked up is Elemental by Amanda Curtin. I have no idea really. I just picked this up and as soon as I read the back of it I just wanted to read it. It's about a woman who is she's a grandmother and she writes a story for her granddaughter, and it's basically where she writes a story about a place where lives are ruled by men and men by the witchy sea, a place where the only thing lower than a girl on the order of things is a clever girl with a cursed red hair, a place schooled in keeping secrets. And when I read that I was like, yeah, I need to get this book. So it just sounds really interesting and I can't wait to read this one. And as always, I picked up an audiobook for my dad. He's currently making his way through Divergent by Veronica Roth, which I got him last time, and this time I picked him up the Last Runaway by Tracy Chevalier, which is about a girl in Ohio in the 1850s, and she is she's doing something that is like kind of opposing slavery or something like that. And yeah, I have this on my TBR, so I think I might actually try and see if I can also download this one onto my phone to see if I can also listen to it when I get the chance. And yeah, it sounds really good. So that is everything that I picked up from the library this month. Please let me know what you guys think, what books you've got from the library. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys again next time. Bye!